and welcome back to another episode of Horror with Marchese and Buller, where we talk about horror, but we go off on other things as well. With myself, William Marchese, and we have Gary Buller.
Hello.
And today we want to talk about social media and the formula. Me and Gary just recently had a thing where I was saying to myself, some people aren't engaging with me too much on social media. He says that it's because I am stagnant on it a little bit. I did turn on my notifications recently for my cell phone because I wanted it to die down a little bit. I didn't want to have a whole bunch of notifications coming in, and it has died down somewhat. But now I am trying to talk on some comments, and I'm trying to make comments and stuff back and forth. But mostly what I do is I post this show, and if I have a blog, I try not to copy too many people. I try to just post it if it's the blog. There's just so many things that we're doing and creating. It's like, you know. So I'm trying to put a little thing in between where I am communicating, so it doesn't look like I'm just one of those accounts that are just blindly posting out everything. You know, some people say to post, once a week is okay. Some people say every day, at least once a day. Some people say multiple times a day to keep yourself relevant. I haven't really noticed many real accounts. When I say real accounts, I mean people who follow me who are actual writers or readers, not bots. Bots do fall off. I don't even see those because they're not. I don't follow them back. But the real people, I don't really see people unfollowing me. So I must be doing something right. But there's many ways of doing it. And what is the perfect formula?
I think the best formula is to just be yourself. I think I can just sort of talk from my sort of personal opinion of what turns me off in terms of social media content, and that is when people are just copying you in and atting you on Twitter into things like blog posts all the time, or into their latest video, or and just blindly sort of putting these things out there with your name attached to it. That's bad enough in itself because you're then sort of tagged to it and you feel compelled to look at it, and if there are other people tagging into it, you then have the whole rigmarole of the responses are usually tagged into you as well, and it's like I usually end up unfollowing a conversation.
Yeah, you can just
after a while. Particularly, I mean, it's nice to be someone to do a follow Friday, I suppose, but in another way, it's just annoying because you're getting notifications for nothing. But what I was saying, what brought the conversation up was, like you were saying, some people were communicating, and you were kind of wondering what the reason behind that might be. And I was saying because you did have a little bit of a hiatus from social media. Well, you were still present, but you had a bit of time where you were a little away for a little while, and you just sort of come back every so often. And I think it's a level of interaction and a level of personalised interaction as well. I think it's quite important to not only tag people into, as I say, blog posts and like certain things and retweet certain things, but I think it's also important to sort of put your own opinions out there and develop a rapport with people and show them that you think that they're more than just another face on there,
another follower. That's what I do. Like when I do put out the show, that's the only thing I really do tag a few people on. I'll always tag like Amy Grech, a few other people, like here and there. I'll do every so often. I'll like run through a few people that I know that may want to be tagged. I try not to tag too many people, like you said, because I don't want to be that person that's doing that. It's mostly just people I know that would be, I guess, I mean, when Leo Robertson, when he tags me on his show, I feel good when he tags me on it. I feel like he's thinking of me. So, I mean, sometimes I think it could be they're thinking of you. I know what you mean by blindly just, posting to people. When I was doing the blog post, I was always put a question, and I always tried to do a couple of new people who just added me as a friend, and it was working to a certain degree. But then, to have 3 blog posts, it was. I mean, then again, now we're just doing 3 shows, so
yeah.
Instead of writing it, we're putting it down and then editing it. But it's it can get to be crazy at certain points, but if you know who you're tagging and who you're retweeting to, I think it's okay. That's what I'm saying. There's no like set formulas. I think it's different to everybody. Just like writing advice, you can't just say this is how you do it. You have to look at this person and this person and this person, and then make your own formula of what you think is correct. what you think works, what doesn't. Put something out there that doesn't work, maybe alter it or just go at it a whole different way.
I know that some of the bigger organisations use like statistic-based algorithms to post tweets at peak times when people are on, because that can make a massive difference to the number of people following you and so on and so forth. I'm not really that interested in having millions and millions of followers, although there are advantages to that.
Yeah.
My ratio is pretty good, I think. I think it's like double. I'm being followed by double the people that I'm following, which apparently is very good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm more interested in the sort of personal interactions, getting to know people, seeing quite interesting things. You know, people coming out and saying, "Oh, we've had a story accepted," or you know, they've been picked up by a big magazine, or you know, I find stuff like that really interesting. And
yeah.
I'd rather have someone I can interact with than just someone who's retweeting things all the time. And
yeah.
I quickly either mute or unfollow people who just constantly retweet, and all you see is, you know, the same tweets again and again and again and again.
It's interesting you said that, because the ratio,
yeah.
You said something interesting there where you said the ratio of who you're following to who's following you. Some people actually, and I've seen big names they're following more people than are following them.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it's just different for everybody, because some people care about that. They're like, oh, I don't care. But some people are just like, even if they're following like 10,000 people and 5,000 people are following them, they're looking at the 5,000 because they're reaching out to those people. You know.
At the end of the day, it's what do you want to get from social media? What do you want to get out of your Twitter? Do you want to have the latest news from your favourite authors? Do you want to use it like an RSS feed and get your latest sports team news? You know, do you want to follow a certain type of people? Do you want to follow a mix of people? You personalise your Twitter experience to however you want, and it's up to you who you do and you don't follow. And I find the best way to sort of stick in people's minds is by direct communication with them, genuine communication with them. Just be yourself, be honest, but just be a member of the community, you know, just interact. You can't expect those to lurk and then, you know, expect people to sort of just follow you and communicate with you. So it just won't work like that. And someone said to me once, quite an interesting thing, you know, your Twitter experience is moulded by you. If you don't like someone, block them. You know, get rid of them. I'm sure one or two people have blocked me. Couldn't care less. That's the way it is. Just personalise experience to be how you want it. If there's someone that offends you, block them. If you want to communicate with someone, communicate with them, DM them, you know, have a chat. Not stalk them.
Yeah.
But, you know, just be friendly, be a member of the community, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. I got in a trap of trying to just market myself all the time. A few years back when I got my short story collection released, and I was just trying lots of different ways of capturing people's attention.
I remember
using
vulgar
vulgar gifts and stuff like that, and just trying to see how many people I could get who would be interested in that sort of thing. But funny enough, if you're vulgar on Twitter, you know, the genuine people, the ones that you want to market towards, especially in literature, you know, they're just going to unfollow you or block you, or, you know, you're just going to attract the people that you don't really want to attract.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really work.
And then plus later on, when an agent comes and looks at your Twitter and they see what, you know, all these crazy things going on, they're going to say, oh, you know, this guy's maybe he's not too serious about the whole thing. So.
No, absolutely.
But that's the show for today. What's your method of social media, or what's your formula? There's no right and wrong way. It's just what works for you. We'll see you next time on the Friday show, and we'll be back soon.
It's all with Marchese and Paul. It's all with Marchese and Paul.
I'm happy. Totally freaking forgot. name when?
What?
Yellow. Oh, that's a blue submarine.
What?
There are...
I bought Lisa this for Christmas, and I've probably drunk more of it than she has.
Oh no! So you bought it for yourself, basically. Oh jeez. You know what my biggest fear is? That one day
One day one will get through.
Yeah, like a bad joke or something. It's like so many curse
sorry,
words. Huh?
I didn't realize you were recording. Sorry.
No, like I just fear that like one day I'm just gonna forget to blank out a curse. It's gonna be like just blatantly.
Sorry. I'm ready.
What you eating?
I'm eating a milk bottom.
A milk bottom?
A milk bottom.
I'm eating a milk bottom.
Milk bottom.
Wait, a milk bottom?
Chocolate milk button. You know.